Alright, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on our channel. Listen, okay, so everybody wants to know right now, like, damn, what happened to Don Lemon? Don Lemon had been on CNN for quite some time, right? And pretty much had garnered a following. People looked forward to seeing him host events, to see him do his thing on the channel. And I'm pretty sure that came with a hefty price tag as far as how much money he was making per year. Rumor got out that Don Lemon was in the middle of a spat, catfighting with co-anchors or co-hosts or whatever you want to call them. There was trouble behind the scenes. You know when you're working somewhere and you and the people, your coworkers, you have beef behind the scenes, but you go to work every day, still put your time in. You know, you clock in, you clock out. You got to put on your work face. You got to put on your work armor, and then as soon as you leave work, you take that off. That can be pretty daunting, especially waking up every day to go to a job that you absolutely love around people who you absolutely hate. Think about that, right? So I'm guessing that it might have been like that for Don Lemon for quite some time now. Anyways, newsflash across all headlines says Don Lemon was let go from CNN unexpectedly. Now, that insinuates to me that Don Lemon was fired. Now, I'm thinking to myself, how is Don Lemon fired? What did he do? Because I want to know the tea. I want to know, get to the meat of the matter. What did he do that garnered him being fired? Well, I don't think he was fired. I think he was just let go. Okay, there's a difference. And in his case, I think a severance package comes with it. Now, you got to remember, Don Lemon ain't no young boy, but he looks young. He takes care of himself. So let's get into the story. So according to MSN.com, the fallout from Don Lemon's sudden firing from CNN, see, it's worded as a firing from CNN on Monday, continues with news that the 57-year-old is set to receive a hefty financial figure given that his contract runs out in 2026. He signed a contract with CNN. His contract, he was not supposed to be let go, fired, anything, laid off, whatever they want to call it, until that contract expires in 2026. Obviously, we could all see we're 3 years ahead. We're in 2023. So he was let go 3 years ahead of when his contract was supposed to expire. Now, all you got to do at this point is get your good lawyers, which I'm sure he can afford. Or he probably even has good lawyer friends who will do this pro bono. Hey, Don, let's go get this money from CNN. Pull a contract out, put it on the table. Let's go through it. Let's comb through this contract with a fine teeth comb. And that's what's about to happen. Now they're asking, how much money is Don Lemon owed following his sudden exit from CNN? See, the wording of all these stories are confusing because one minute they're saying his sudden exit and another minute they're saying his firing. There's a difference between my sudden exit and someone forcing me to exit by firing me. Anyhow, Lemon announced the news of his firing himself, tweeting that the network opted to tell his agent rather than telling him directly to his face. Ooh, ouch. Damn. Imagine that. Imagine them reaching out to your agent and not to you. And you're supposed to be at work tomorrow morning and you get your agent calling you tonight to say, hey, don't bother showing up tomorrow. They've terminated your contract early. What do you mean they've terminated my contract early? I've been there for years. Yeah, they've decided to, go on without you kind of thing. Whatever the reason is they gave, the relationship's not working out. They're moving in a direction that you're not or whatever. So Don Lemon, he announced the news of this on Twitter. Those claims were denied by CNN, who released a statement saying, quote unquote, Don Lemon's statement about this morning's event is inaccurate. He was offered an opportunity to meet with management, but instead he released a statement on Twitter. Wow. So Lemon's exit will reportedly cost CNN a hefty financial figure. I know I've said that before, and everybody is like, okay, get to the financial figure. How much is it? Well, Page 6 reported that he is set to get at least $25 million. Now, some people might say that's not a lot of money. I don't know who would say that. I wouldn't. I think $1 million is a lot of money. But this is $25 million at 57 years old. Listen, at 57 years old, I hope to be retired, okay? At 57 years old, I hope to be able to live the kind of life I've always wanted to live. I mean, let's face it. After you hit 60 years on Earth, you're not getting another 60. Not in good shape, good condition, everything is perfect, and you still filled with vigor and strength, and you're able to go everywhere, even if you live to 120. So at 57, I'm thinking, well, this is a time where I want to take that trip to this place that I've always wanted to go. I want to do this. I don't want to be pushing and pushing and pushing. Oh, I got to be up at 6 a.m. I have to go here. I have to go there. I have to do this. I have to do that by this time. I don't want to live that kind of life. So $25 million at that age, that's a good goal for me. I don't know if it's a good goal for Don. Now, the outlet adds, which is Page 6 adds that the former CNN This Morning co-host signed a new contract with the network back in September. That is slated to pay him a high $7 million a year deal that runs until 2026. So obviously there's bad blood behind the scenes, right? Because why else, after being there for that long, would they have signed a new contract with him that would have paid him $7 million per year from September of last year? That's just a few months ago. Until 2026. So $7 million a year for pretty much the next for the next 4 years. And then suddenly they ask you to leave? I don't know. Now, in the meantime, the outlet also added that Don Lemon had hired a Los Angeles attorney named Brian Friedman. He hired Brian Friedman to help him with his exit and to see whether he is entitled to any further settlements. This is how CNN addressed Lemon's exit, according to MSN. On Tuesday, Caitlin Collins and Poppy Harlow, they addressed Lemon's sudden exit during the CNN This Morning. She said, Don was a big part of this show over the last 6 months. He was one of the first anchors on CNN to have me on his show. That's something I'll obviously never forget. She ended by wishing him the best while co-signing part of CNN CEO Chris Licht's statement. Harlow added to Collins' words, noting that Lemon was one of her first friends when she arrived at the network. I'm so thankful to have worked alongside him and for his support for nearly 15 years here. And I wish him all good things ahead, said Harlow. Now remember, I just said he'd been there for over 15 years. And he just signed a contract a couple of months ago for an increase in salary that would see him making $7 million per year all the way up until 2026. So why the sudden let go? What's really popping behind the scenes, right? Now, she finished the statement by saying that her and Collins, they remain proud of the show and that they will continue to make the viewers the priority. Their statement, though, come after it was reported that there was tension between all three of them. So in essence, what we're looking at was the two people who are probably responsible for him being fired are wishing him well and are saying that, oh, when I first came here, he was the first one to take me under his wings and he treated me so good. And then I wish him all the best. But it's alleged that his let go comes from beef between those three. Now in February, reports actually emerged alleging that Don Lemon had screamed at Collins during an off-camera dispute back in December of 2022. Oh, damn. He might have scared her, angry black man. Scared that poor white woman. A few months later, Harlow and Lemon got into a debate after the latter stated that Nikki Haley wasn't in her prime because she's 51 years old, and Lemon later issued an apology following that segment. Man, listen, at the end of the day, I just put this out there to let all the Don Lemon fans know that he's going to be okay. Okay? Don Lemon is going to be absolutely fine. He is no dummy. He's very smart. And strategically, he will make sure that he gets everything that is due to him. We wish him all the best, and we look forward to seeing him somewhere else on someone else's network. And if not, he has enough money to ride off into the sunset. He is where we are hoping to be someday, retired with a hefty sum of cash, and now we're able to do everything we've always wanted to do. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. A little bit of gossip. I'll catch y'all on the next video. I'm out. Peace.